let's start a brief background. क्या था Finlock की आप दिमाग में क्या था? What inspired you to start that? And उसके पहले what made you know कि यार ये नौकरी वोकरी बहुत कर ली, मतलब अब छोड़ के पहले ये करना है. So what was that thing? वो क्या आग थी जिसकी वजह से आपने वो छोड़ा, and how did you manage everything? Over to you.
I started my career as a software engineer. Infosys was my first job. I spent about 2.5 years with them. Worked in Pune, Chennai, and Bangalore. As a starting out in terms of in the IT industry, Infi was a great company to work with. Great exposure, and some of the basic tools that helped me kind of work and grow in that industry was what I learned with Infi. About 2.5 years into my journey with Infi, I quit and joined a Pune-based IT services company. Company is called Nehilent, and what was interesting for me was that Nehilent was a mid-sized IT company, right? So about 1,000 people company that was primarily focused on emerging markets. So worked with them for close to 9 years. So obviously I liked being part of that organization. With them, I got a lot of exposure in Africa, particularly in South Africa, where I worked with some of the largest banks in the territory. Interesting to work with credit solutions, credit origination solutions, working with some portion of what financial inclusion could be in terms of the unsecured lending products that the banks were making. So good exposure in terms of the products that were being built at the base of the pyramid. So that was kind of the first touch point with what is called the financial inclusion world, right? When I came back to India in about 2013, 2012, I started working with a division within the company that was managing the relationship with Visa, right? So Visa at the time had in India, working on the mobile money solutions, primarily working with telcos, and they had a big exposure to one of the products that they had acquired. So again, core segment of what financial inclusion is, fund transfer and services, financial services to the base of the pyramid through feature phones and USSD solutions, which we've still not seen much in India. I traveled across Africa, went to some exotic lands, spoke to the people on the ground, users as well. So understood really what technology could do, to solve problems at the base of the pyramid. And also understood how the base of the pyramid, which we expect to be less tech savvy and less adoptive, take on something that really solves in terms of their problem and embraces it in a way that it becomes crazy big. And you would obviously see the transaction volumes, etc., in terms of mobile money and how it took off in Africa, which is then a story that has replicated in India, obviously in a different format. So that was quite an interesting phase. I worked with that program for about 2.5 years. That was where I worked with Atish, who's my co-founder on Finlock, and we kind of the thought of doing something together. Firstly, because we liked working with each other and we understood what we were made of in terms of character, how the thought processes, etc. Was something that kind of stayed with me. When I quit, I did one food startup, which was with my wife. So she was doing part-time on that. Interesting project. We were doing, so that was kind of very far away from financial inclusion and base of pyramid. This was high middle income target product, which was ready to eat, ready to cook meal kits. We did that for about a year. A big learning experience, made a bunch of mistakes on that particular first startup. Learned a lot, and because I kind of did not kill the bug, I started out again. So one of the few learnings that I had with that particular kind of idea was that for something to scale with low money, you need to have you need to be very operation light, right? And you need to have more reliance on technology to really be able to drive adoption and scale a particular product. So that's a learning that I got from that particular startup. You'll see in about 15 minutes that I did not learn much from that particular learning. So that was the first one, right? Then when I was in the process of closing or winding down that operation, I connected with Atish. We had multiple conversations around what would be interesting to work on. So it was clear, even while I was doing the food venture, that we would like to work together and build something together as a team. So we got started with Finlock, and the basic premise was that if you need to solve or service the financially excluded, then it needs to be a product that is kind of different. So you cannot rely on a product that has worked with the middle income or higher income groups, and try and see and retrofit that to the lower income groups. So that was the kind of the base premise. The second premise was that can we study the financial behaviors of the underserved and kind of the user set that we wanted to service, and potentially there a product could emerge, right? So we spoke to many people in Pune, in Mumbai, Jaipur. We had like different kind of studies that we did with interns as well as ourselves going in the field. And what was really interesting was that the whole community-based financial model was something that was really core to how people in the communities work and people in the low and middle income groups particularly work. So that was an interesting premise, that social and community-based finance and what could be done around there. We studied self-help groups at that stage, and what we realized was that the core segment that used to do this, so this is mostly primarily ladies, who were in the base of the pyramid, right? So tech adoption and that tech adoption within that space we felt was still kind of far-fetched. Most of people.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
जब आप ये स्टडी कर रहे थे ग्राउंड लेवल पे सेल्फ हेल्प, तो was there any specific moment that struck to you कि यार अभी ये चीज तो necessary, ये करना ही पड़ेगा types? What, any inspirational moment, any incident?
So see, when we were doing our research, we had within like the first few conversations, we realized community based is kind of the way we would like to go, because as I said, our thought process was that can we design a product on the behavior that exists, so that we don't have to teach something new to the people that we're trying to build for. So वो aha moment as such एकदम से नहीं आया था, but multiple conversations में था कि ये होता है. Multiple people across segments and across geographies were telling us, yes, हम करते हैं. This is how we kind of manage our finances. So self-help group, I understood very quickly that it's primarily not for saving, it is primarily for lending. Also, the drop-offs in terms of starting the group and maturing it is too high, for it to be something that makes sense, which is the reason why the whole MFI movement became so big in India. So now MFI, the issue was again tech adoption within the segment that we were trying to service. Again, ladies, no smartphones, and the moment they use someone else's family में smartphone, then an issue persists. So then it was the Rosca model that we kind of started looking at, and उसमें ऐसा नहीं था, but it was really everyone we talked to, and this was across income groups. हम SMEs से बात करते थे, दुकान वाले में तो बोलता था हाँ मेरा BC चल रहा है. BC is what they call it in Maharashtra, right? So हाँ मेरा BC चल रहा है. You spoke to your maid, yes, she was doing a BC, right? And you spoke to even IT services, you spoke to people, and quite a lot of the folks were saying that yes, we do this, and it's the way in which we kind of manage finance. There is a social aspect, if you look at what the kitty model is, but largely people do this because it is a way in which they can borrow and save and kind of accumulate money. So it wasn't a single moment, it was really just coming together of multiple kind of sense of approval कि हाँ यार ये तो सभी use करते हैं, so why not do something in this space. So that was where we kind of got together. When we started out, we had a third co-founder as well, who was part of the journey for the initial about 8-9 months. He left in when kind of things progressed. One of the learnings that we had, so we'll talk about that a bit later. So yeah, so that was where it was. And so the first product and version of Finloc was self-managed groups. The idea was that if we could convince people to create their own groups here on the platform, we could then digitize the entire journey in terms of bringing people to join that group and then managing the group operations as well as payments through UPI. So that's the product that we launched and took to market as the first iteration of the product.
Got it. So ये जर्नी में आपको ऐसा कब लगा कि यार ये अभी बड़ा होने वाला है, मतलब this is sorted, ये validate हो चुका है and this is gonna get big?
So because we did not get big, I cannot kind of say that this was the inflection point that said कि ठीक है अभी बस
कभी ऐसा लगा होगा, right?
So this is why it's interesting that when you have like a journey with a product and a startup that you're building, there are multiple points at which you say यार ये तो भी निकल पड़ी types, right? So there are minor victories which at times give you the sense that yes, let's carry on and go through with this journey, and yes, it is, there are validation when people would adopt, etc. So there were multiple places when this happened, right? So about a year and a half into it, into the product, we received some funds through grants and accelerators that kind of validated the product and the idea. So there was a sense of achievement कि ठीक है यार, शायद ये तो बहुत smart लोग हैं, इन लोगों को सही लग रहा है, तो शायद हम कुछ सही बना रहे होंगे. So that was like kind of mini validation. With that fund, we could kind of scale the operations a little bit and drive some adoption. तो वहाँ पर एक sense था, yes, maybe it's kind of coming together and there's traction which is building up. But then there are multiple phases in life and in startup world specifically where you get hit by things that you don't plan, right? So एकदम से कोई train wreck हो जाता है, then you got to pick up the pieces and you move out again. So and I've had this conversation with multiple founders. Pretty much everyone says कि ऐसा linear path नहीं रहता. You take off and there is a point where you say, यार ये तो for दिया, this is it, the next big thing. And then something happens that drops you down to the ground, and you got to pick yourself up and then move forward, right? So right before the lockdown, we had that sense again that it's a good business with good unit economics. We were getting into a sense that with a little bit of money, you could build a business that scales. It might not be like a rocket ship, but it will scale well, and it will be a good margin business if you do this well. That was about Feb of last year, and obviously then shit hit the fan. So it is what it is, right?
Got it. तो जब आपने शुरू करा Finlock, तो was there a safety net? Sorry. तो कोई safety net था मतलब आपके पास ऐसा, हाँ कि अगर if something happens, then I have something to fall back on कि यार ये either that or either you had created a financial safety net, maybe multiple insurance policies and some specific amount of savings कि यार 6 महीने का living expenses for the family आपने रखा हुआ है. What was it that you did, and what would you advise budding entrepreneurs to do?
So then, so if people have worked, for a few years, obviously, putting together a financial plan and saving and investing, that's the basic hygiene that everyone should be doing. It's not necessary that because you want to start out, you want to do this, but it's just a good habit. So that was something that I had pretty much early in my career. So started saving up, investing in equity. I didn't do much mutual funds, but markets मुझे समझ में आते थे, थोड़ा पैसा डालता था वहाँ. But that was not, that's just funds that were aside, right? My safety net really was my wife. You met her, so she's been a strong supporter of the journey that I've taken up. Because she was working all through, there wasn't a sense कि यार next महीने का खाना कहाँ से आएगा या EMI कहाँ से जाएगी. So that was kind of a big safety net for me. Things to avoid for people would be that if you are really intending to start out, then maybe don't have any credit in your life. So do away with the EMIs as much as possible. Good thing would be to take a credit card and keep a high limit while you work, because बाद में तो कोई पैसा नहीं देने वाला. So have a credit card which has a good limit which will sustain you when the times get bleak. And that's what it is. I mean, most people who would start out would say that अगर startup करना है और कायदे से करना है तो you have to kind of jump into it naked. You can't like have a fallback option and say कि मैं part time कर लेता हूँ और मैं side पे कर लेता हूँ. You would have very little success with that kind of a journey. So on the personal front, no safety nets, but I was comfortable where I knew कि I don't have to be bothered about how the family would survive and how we will do. General घर कैसे चलेगा types का issue नहीं था मेरे साथ.
Got it. तो ये journey में मतलब जब shit actually hit the fan, what did the safety net come into play? Utilize हुआ? Were you able to utilize that piece जो था आपका?
So that, as I said, my journey is very different to how, and obviously every founder would say that journeys are different, but to the extent that we did not, both Atish and I did not pay ourselves any salary for almost best part of 3.5 years, right? So that safety net was not as if कि नहीं अभी गड़बड़ हो गई है तो वो आ गया. It is just both of our wives kind of sustained us while we were on this crazy adventure, and that saw us through, even now until we kind of picked up the pieces to do something else.
Got it. So interestingly, if you remember, अपने cohort में Paper King भी था. So Paper King के founder नीरज के साथ मेरी बात हो रही थी last week, and I asked him a similar question कि safety net क्या था, and circled back to the point that you just mentioned, key founder salary wala piece, right? So he said कि it is very important for a founder to take salary from the day one. So काफी contrasting point था, इसलिए I'm just trying to do that. उसमें his rationale was यार simple कि अगर वो बंदा खुद कुछ नहीं ले रहा है and if he is having issues उसकी वजह से कि घर पे पैसे नहीं आ रहे हैं ना all, तो वो बंदा पूरी जान नहीं लगा पाएगा. तो you need to have that peace with you कि यार तुम आ रहे हो, काम कर रहे हो, तुम्हें कुछ मिल रहा है. Because completely altruistic कोई हो नहीं सकता, even if you're a founder.
Yes, true. See, the thing was that we self-funded this for pretty much the first almost 18 months of our life, right? So अपने आप को पैसा अपने पैसे में से देना थोड़ा सा weird था, just double taxation both on the income tax front as well as the company front, right?
Right.
So that's why we did not take it on. When we got the grants, they were they weren't large amounts that we could say कि चलो अब हम अपने आप को pay कर लेते हैं. At that stage, the team had also sustained themselves with us for almost 2.5 years. So we got to a point when money came in, we found ourselves in a situation where we could reward them. कोई बंदा जो हमारे साथ शुरुआत से है, I think the first set of people we were paying like 12,000-15,000 rupees, right? So a year and a half down the line, when we got the money, we thought कि पहले इनको settle करते हैं, because we had our safety nets, we didn't really have to sustain ourselves through money from the company. That's where it is. But I take the point from the conversation we just had, and it is one of the big learnings for me that if you are to do something, I mean, you got to be paid for it. It's not just as a founder, the initial team as well needs to be paid for it. Otherwise, यही problems है. Somewhere down the line, someone will say, यार मतलब कब तक, क्यों करूँ मैं, कब तक करूँ मैं, where is this really headed? So it is important that happens. Yeah.
So like Rosca is a very up and running model, like the way you said, like in Hyderabad it is called Chitti.
Yes.
So right from my house help to even the people who are working in corporate offices, everybody is doing a Chitti here.
Yes.
So since it's a very successful model, what was like the triggers that you found that it's not going to work for you?
So I mean, I talked about that inflection point when we were really driving traction. This was in Feb of 2019, where, at a very low cost and through inherent kind of references, we were getting pretty good traffic on the platform, and, things were happening. Where we were getting issues was in the sense that to adopt something or such a model, because this was closed groups, right? So if I can just explain that, what we were expecting was that because Shreyas likes the concept and does this in the offline world, our initial product was to say Shreyas would create his own group here, and then he would invite Abhishant and Tanuj and everyone else to join. The model or the thought process was that because if this happens, and if it happens like quickly enough, then suddenly by acquiring one motivated user, you can then have 10 motivated users, right? So that was kind of the initial model. And also this is a group that we are not participating in ourselves as the moderator or the foreman, as it is called in the Chitti world. So because we were not doing this, we did not need to have any liability of the group's performance. So if in case, Shreyas, Abhishant, Tanuj are together in a group and Tanuj, takes the money and does not pay, it's not Finlock's liability to trace Tanuj and, find the money for the group. Because the idea is that it's your group, you are doing this together, and you know each other and trust each other. That was really the concept we were trying. Because we did not have like funds like a NBFC or a bank, we were not really in a position to take this liability game. Now, when that traction point or inflection point happened, we were adding a lot of people. But the challenge we had was in getting everyone to join the group. So, right, Shreyas would create a group. He would say 2,000 rupees, let's say in a week, and I want 10 members in this group. So he'll invite 15 members. But then convincing each of those members to join was like a big sales process, and maybe we did not work on this enough to kind of smoothen that issue out. Where we also got hit was the regulation changed under our feet, right? So in Feb of 2019, there was a regulation which came out, which was the illegal deposit taking scheme, right?
Yes.
What it meant was that, so it was like most ordinances and laws, there were multiple ways to read it. But one of the ways to read it was if anyone is collecting money from anyone, they need to have a good reason for it. And in this model where we were kind of facilitating the Rosca, if Tanuj was to collect funds, Tanuj had to have, so if let's say that I am the first person to receive the fund, I had to have a valid reason to receive the fund. Otherwise, if something goes down the drain, there could be a legal and criminal proceeding that could be kind of put in place, not just on Tanuj but also on the platform. So that forced us in a situation where जो चल रहा है उसे we had to kind of close down, because initial premise was great, and maybe if we had put some more effort and time and got some trigger, it might have worked. But then the laws and regulations changed completely, so we got to kind of pivot and figure out what next. So that was why the core initial Rosca model did not work. What we pivoted into was a digital chit fund. So we said that ठीक है अभी ये नहीं हो रहा है, so you need to have a reason to do this. So what about now looking at what the regulated chit funds work on, right? So can we replicate that digitally, and what part of it can we replicate digitally was kind of the second or the thought process behind the second product.
Got it.
Yeah. To also extend to it, so Rosca as a model has existed, I don't know, for centuries. A lot of people have tried it. No one has been able to crack it yet. And it's not just in India. There have been people in the States. There have been people who tried this on crypto. There have been people who tried this in Egypt and UK. India itself, there's about 5 people still kind of trying to hack it. No one's been able to get to that magical aha moment. It is still an interesting space. One has to crack it at scale to really solve this.
So, at what point of time was it really clear कि यार अभी ये नहीं चलेगा, ये बंद करना पड़ेगा? What was that point? And how do you identify? Because as a founder, you're always passionate and you are always eternally optimistic. That's why you're a startup founder. तो वो पता कैसे चलता है कि भाई ये बंद करना पड़ेगा अब? How do you identify?
So, the Jan of 2019, we knew we needed to infuse funds because model था, scale up हो रहा था. I mean, so when I say scale up, it was like we were growing about 30-35% month on month. Where we were struggling was to convince people to fund this, to allow us to grow further. And we were not winning. So we had a hard stop even in our minds. So the way we kind of, managed the finances was, we knew operations में कितना लगेगा पैसा. So we knew how much money is in the kitty and how long we can extend. And we also, on the chit model, because we were taking liability as the operator, we also knew कि हम कितना risk ले सकते हैं, right? So from that perspective, we had both of those kind of big numbers and an idea of when really things need to be pulled, right? So when the lockdown happened, we obviously cut costs like crazy. Everyone moved home. The people that were getting salaries, we kind of drastically reduced their salaries to extend our life. And the expectation at that stage was that ठीक है एक महीने में हो जाएगा सब, right? So all through of end of March and April, we just kept trying to reach out to everyone to help us with the fundraise. At that stage, we were looking at bridge rounds, we were looking at all kinds of chota mota funds to just let us keep running, right? But all through, we were very careful and knew कि एक point के बाद ये खींचना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि it's not going to be sustainable because there are people that are going to be impacted, right? So if as a chit fund if people don't pay up, then you as the foreman have to be liable to pay that money, right? So we were very careful in that, and those models came in handy in about June when we said कि नहीं हो रहा है. I mean, we are not able to infuse funds from external parties. Then it is really that got to do what you got to do.
But I would like to ask, how did you maintain your sanity? It must be quite emotional moment.
Yeah. So what is sanity? Are we sane to do this multiple times? Most people would say no. But yeah, I mean, so there was obviously a tough time because in our case, both me and Atish had worked on this for many years, and we'd really given it our all. पैसा तो नहीं बनना था, तो वो तो था नहीं कि यार इससे बहुत अमीर बन जाएंगे. But it was really, we were really interested in cracking this. We really felt that if we were able to do this well, there would be a big problem that would be solved. So that was kind of what motivated us and kept us going. In terms of how it felt, obviously it was as if someone very close to you has died kind of feeling, right? But yeah, I mean, me and Natish had many conversations. So we were very clear why we are doing it. We were clear that the reasons behind doing this were well known to both of us. In terms of our personal, it's very hard to say. Overall, through the startup journey, it's not an easy ride, right? It's not as if it's not a linear ride, and because it's not a linear ride, there are ups and downs. I would say a thing that kind of needs to be understood is that you've got to just have or find a way in which you maintain some balance, because you will have this kind of a journey, right? So on the highs, you can't suddenly feel like God that whatever I touch is going to turn gold, and on the lows, you have to in some way you have to convince and understand it's not personally, it's not you are responsible for this, or it's not a personal loss or a personal mistake. It is just things didn't work out. You tried your best, dust yourself up and kind of get up again.
During the entire journey that you had, all the ups and downs and all of that, how was the work-life balance like, or was there even a work-life balance?
So family is very important, right? So they're kind of the ones that let you know that you are screwing up on that front if you take kind of put that on the back burner. But having said that, it's very difficult to maintain a balance. One of the big learnings, and I'm sure everyone you speak to who is successful as well as not successful tell you that you need to have a balance. But the same people would not be able to do it themselves. I feel it's a difficult art because there is a feeling in when you're building something, right, that you got to be very fast and you got to be very quick, and it's not like a marathon, it's like a sprint, right? So when it's bad, you want to work hard to kind of get out of that zone. When it's good, you want to work hard because you want to ride and ride that storm. So it's very difficult to get a balance, and the people that would be able to do this well, hats off to them. But having said that, it is something that I would like to get better at. So during the Finlope days, I think eating habits took a toll. General health took a toll. Sleepless nights, stress, all of that was there. I think I had many more black hair when I started out. Shreyas, I had much longer hair when I started out. So so those are the things that are kind of the price to pay. It is understood, and it is kind of something that you'd like to get better at in terms of finding balance and setting some time out. It will be one of the advices I would have to anyone, that it's while it is known to be a sprint, you got to pace yourself up, and you can't afford to go crazy and that kind of just lose yourself.
बिल्कुल. So ये सब बातें करने के बाद अगर मैं आपको पूछूं कि यार अगर ऐसा कुछ एक तूफानी आइडिया वापस आ जाए, so are you in for the ride again? Will you do it all over again?
So I've already started out, right?
क्या बात है.
Insane enough to do it again.
Yeah, that's what it is. Clinically insane हो गया.
बढ़िया है, मतलब एक खत्म हुआ, you are already running again.
यार क्या करें? It's like खाली दिमाग शैतान का घर भी होता है, तो इसीलिए खाली दिमाग भी नहीं रख सकते. And yeah, I mean, got to keep running, right?
बिल्कुल नहीं, सही है. मतलब नशा है ये चीज, ऐसा है कि जब तक करना है.
जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा अगर देखो तो उसमें एक this guy Hrithik Roshan also says, right, नशा है. It's not nasha. It's like when I moved out of my comfy job, I mean, I was doing well at the corporate life as well, right? So when I moved out, it wasn't to say that I want to get rich at this, right? It wasn't to say कि मैं news में आ जाऊँगा या मैं famous हो जाऊँगा. It was to build something. And it is more, most people would say it's more, legacy is maybe a very very grand word, but it is to build something that you can turn back and say ये मैंने बनाया, right? So फिर नहीं चला, that is okay, but then फिर भी मैंने और अतीश ने बनाया. You cannot take that away from us, right? Something like ours and will remain ours, whatever happens.
बिल्कुल. So ये आपने जो अभी कहा ना, ये सुन के मुझे एक 1985 का एक एप्पल का कैंपेन याद आ गया जो स्टीव जॉब्स ने रन किया था वो टाइम. Yes, think different वाला. I mean, I literally got those chills. वो वाले vibes आ गए मुझे. Yeah. बिल्कुल. Here's to the crazy ones वाला. So having said that, जो अभी जो entrepreneurs है who are on the edge right now, contemplating कि यार ये करा जाए नहीं करा जाए, what are your मतलब क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप उनसे? Do's or don'ts मैं नहीं कहूँगा because there are no don'ts or something like that, but क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप उनसे?
So the do it for the right reasons. Don't have a short-term aspiration thinking that you will get really rich at this. That will not happen, right? The very small percentage of startups really take off and become big. So thinking that you will be, you're doing this because you want to get rich fast is not the reason why you should be doing it. Multiple people would say you want to solve a problem, etc. But really, at the core of it is the reason why you're doing it. It has to be strong enough to sustain the journey, because as I said, it's not a linear path, right? And you will have ups and downs along the way. So your reasons for doing it should be strong enough to kind of sustain you during those dark times. The second, and kind of on the flip side, it is to say that there are certain things that you should not do. Right. So I already mentioned to kind of be careful about your own sanity, and what we would like to maintain in terms of work and life balance. So don't kind of leave that aside, because ultimately, because it is going to be a journey, you cannot burn out and waste yourself doing this. So have the right reasons, but take care of yourself. Your point with respect to the commercial and financial aspect to it, I would say that if you're planning to start out, you're on the edge. What you need to be very cognizant of is what are you building, right? So if it is like a dhanda business kind of business where that मैं 100 रुपए डालूंगा 3 महीने में मैं 100 रुपए का 105 रुपए निकाल लूंगा, so if that is the business, then it's fine to bootstrap it and kind of put your heart into it and get going whenever you find the right time. But if it is a business where you say that it is going to take me a year and a half to kind of generate my initial revenues, and it will take me about 2 years to get to a point where I would start making profits, because it is moonshot, or it is different, or it is not the standard way of doing things, you've got to raise funds before you get going, right? I mean, you could be rich and you would do this with your own funds, but then you need to be committed कि मेरे को इतना time लगने वाला और इतना पैसा लगेगा. But if it is the latter, and you are to be relying on external funds, you have to do this at the idea stage, because the people that will not get convinced on the idea stage are not going to get convinced when you have 20 years, right? You will get into that trap where you will continuously hear people saying, great hai, but ye karo, great hai, but wo karo, right? So people, if they have to get convinced, they will get convinced at the seed stage. And the people that do get convinced on the seed stage are the people that will help you with your journey, right? At the right time, they will bring in the right folks to continue the journey and build it out forward. Also, because you would have raised funds, you would be able to pay yourself and the team reasonably well. So again, not to get rich, but at least reasonable, so that you don't get to a point where you're saying, यार नहीं मैं अभी कुछ नया नहीं खरीदूंगा और मैं holiday ले सकता हूँ और मैं ये नहीं कर सकता, right? So to sustain yourselves through this entire journey, you got to have some financial backing as well. So depending on the business you're building and the idea that you're working on, be cognizant. Bootstrap करना है तो enough पैसा होना चाहिए to get to that point where you generate revenue. If it's not bootstrap, don't get into an idea कि मैं एक साल प्रोडक्ट पे काम कर लेता हूँ और फिर मुझे लोग पैसे दे देंगे. वो नहीं होता है. If they're not convinced now, it's very, very highly likely they're not going to be convinced in it. So
got it.
Do it now. Yeah.
Bilkul,
and then also one point that I mentioned at the start, if you are multiple people doing this together, you kind of coming from diverse background, could be the best friends that you're working with, but put together a shareholder agreement. Be very clear of how equity is structured, etc. And always maintain a cliff, because it's really exciting to get a company off the ground, but then within a few months shit hits the fan, and then there are people who are not likely to be around when that happens, right? So you don't want to be in a situation where you've got equity tied to such people which are no longer part of your journey, because then explaining that to an existing to an incoming investor is going to just take your life away. So even if it is 1%, 2% equity that's gone to a person that is not part of a job or part of your journey, you're not going to be able to fly.
Got it. समझ गया. Thank you so much. This was really insightful.